Started in Corniche Hospital in Abu Dhabi, December 5th, 1983. Anything that involved making people laugh, I would do. Love can build bridges between anyone. Writing and editing, you are the content superwoman or the content superman. You don't know Koi Code, bro. Come on, I have to teach you, bro. It was no, I almost died. Illa barra. What is it?
Yes.
Alright. Did I get it? Okay, what's the line again? Illa barkum namaskara. Welcome to another episode of Zaytoon Sora Para, hosted by the one and only Zubin.
So Khalid, welcome to the show Zaytoon Sora Para.
Sora Para.
Yes.
Congratulations on the show, man.
Thank you. Thank
Well,
you
I'm
so
super
much.
excited for you. It's been doing very well.
Thank you so much. At the same time, such a personality, over
Alhamdulillah.
20 million followers, and it's our honor to have you on our show.
Alhamdulillah, all by the grace of Allah. Alhamdulillah for the opportunity to do what we do, for blessing us with incredible people who support us every day. For people like you in my life, you've had a huge impact on my life. You're a true brother to me.
So everyone knows what's happening around on camera. So before that, let's rewind and get back to your old memories,
Sure.
your school life.
Yeah, I
Where did it start from?
started in Corniche Hospital in Abu Dhabi, December 5th, 1983. Are we going that far back? Look, I mean, I was raised in in a normal house, working class family. My dad was an accountant. He worked in
Okay.
finance. My mom was a nurse. I worked at the dentist. We went to an American school in Abu Dhabi. We were raised there in simple times. I mean, when I was growing up, there were not many malls, not many shopping centers. We really just played with friends in the streets, on the beaches of Abu Dhabi. It was a very simple time, yeah. We didn't really have much to entertain other than each other. It was always about people. So I went to work on ships. Not a lot of people know that, but I used to work on ships. 4 months at a time, I'd work on a boat. Sailor. Going from the UAE to Japan, Japan back to the UAE. It was tough, man. It was.
But what made you become a sailor?
They gave me a scholarship. My dad wanted me to get out the house, yalla, go work, and I wasn't smart in school. I wasn't that good in school, so my grades weren't great.
You're too honest.
No, I have to be, man. You have to be. What's the point in lying? Yeah.
So every Arab house in Emirat, UAE, we have an Indian, one way or the other. So do you have any connections of that sort with an Indian?
No. My connection with the Indian community, like my dad, his colleagues were Indian.
Okay.
My classmates were Indian.
So I think more connection you have with the Indians is by the paratha.
Yeah, I mean, the cafeteria that I would go to on the weekend, sure. They were from India, South India,
Exactly.
My dad was an accountant.
Again.
So I mean, a lot of the Indian community
Indian.
are into the banks here. So a lot of my dad's.
So you didn't pursue anything related to accountancy or anything.
I don't know how to.
As you said, maths, you were very weak.
Numbers. I was horrible.
So
Horrible.
weren't you very ambitious of something?
I always believed that I wanted to be an entertainer. Always, even from when I was a kid, I used to take part in the school plays. I used to take part in all these activities that involved creating something to entertain people. Anything that involved making people laugh, I would do. Anyone want to give a presentation in front of the class? Yes. Anyone want to give a speech? Yes. Anyone want to do a comedy show? Yes. Give me a mic, put a camera in front of me, I'm going to do something. When I started exploring, there were tools to be able to do it. But my first opportunity to actually do presentation and present something and entertain people was on CNN. Was when I did the Ramadan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's when I did it. But I had already been building tools and platforms in parallel to that. So I was already presenting stuff on Snapchat, on Facebook. was Instagram. Yeah, Instagram. Yeah, Instagram as well. Yeah. So I was already doing a lot of that work. So after I did that, I tried to get a job in media because I had to quit my job to do the CNN.
Okay.
So when I tried to get a job in media, I wasn't able to get it.
Ooh.
So I was lucky that I was building these platforms because I started investing heavily into my Facebook page, into it was pretty much my Facebook page at that time. And I built that up. And that was what gave me the opportunity to actually start entertaining at a much bigger scale.
So you have, your mom is Scottish.
Yeah.
And dad is Emirati.
Yeah.
How did it impact in your life, your upbringing?
My dad was a dark-skinned, black-hair Arab. And my mom was a white-skinned, blue-eyed, blonde-haired Scottish lady. And I think from a very young age, it taught me, I think, two important lessons. Number one, how the world works from two different points of view, two different cultures. And I think the second thing that's very important that it taught me is that love can build bridges between anyone.
At the same time, you smile, you bring a smile, you put a smile on each and every follower of yours. There is no doubt about it. On camera and off camera, because I have seen you off camera.
I think for me, I'm always looking at situations in the world that we all go through that are funny. That's why when you look at a video that truly made you laugh, it was probably a video that you saw yourself in.
Relate, yeah?
Yeah, you can relate to. You can relate to a lot of the things that I think good comedians publish or good comedians talk about, because they talk about relatability, like things that relate to you. And for me, in this day and age, relatability is virality. I think the two things to think about before you publish anything or write or like get in front of a camera, become a good writer, like be able to write good stuff. Everything is about the script. And the second thing is become a good editor. If you can do those two things, writing and editing, you are the content superwoman or the content superman.
So, but still, I think, even writing and editing in between, the space lays of acting.
Yeah.
Where your expressions have 1 million hearts.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
The way you act, you do deserve a place in a movie for sure. There is no doubt about it.
Come on, man. Hook us up, Mamuti.
The first thing, you have crossed many paths. Like, you used to create, you used to review.
Yeah.
You used to do scripting. And now recently you started interviews.
Yeah,
where you have raised the bars of those interviews too.
Alhamdulillah.
You have raised the bars. You have just done 2 interviews. And both of them, I think, one crossed 1 million in like 24 hours. And
yeah, they've done really well.
Yes.
I think because I talk to people just like, I don't have an agenda. And when I say I don't have an agenda, it means I'm not trying to, it's kind of like the way we're doing it now. Yeah.
Casual.
You want to talk to me.
Yeah.
And I think for me, it's a way to, like, I want to connect the heart of that person to the heart of the audiences.
You have not just done contents from Kerala. You have done contents in Japan. You have been to London. You have been to Indonesia very often. But again, you have something for our community is what I felt.
Yeah. What an awesome community. Yeah. MashaAllah. For me, I fell in love with it from the minute I got there because of the people, man. They saw me and they're like, hey, it's the Emirati, yeah? Like, everyone had a connection. And, I would walk around, I would see, like, because now you're starting to see the influence of Malayalis in the UAE, taking it back to Kerala.
Exactly.
I mean, I see more Mendi spots than biryani spots there. I'm just saying. Shawarma places everywhere. Arabic restaurants everywhere. Like, I really fell in love with it, yahi. You want to make them proud, yahi. I want to show that love back. And I think one of the things that I can do is, because we have a global platform, as you said, because we have audiences from all over the world, yahi, I want to show this community to the world. Like I said, the connection between the UAE and Kerala as a state specifically is so strong. history there is deep, bro.
Yes.
The connection between the people is deep.
And I think the history between UAE and Kerala is also very huge and strong.
Huge.
Yeah,
Huge.
So which food do you always think of having while going back to Kerala? What comes in your mind?
Now, I'll start with the one that I absolutely fell in love with.
Yeah.
It was when we had the ki paratha.
Kiri paratha.
Kiri paratha. That was one of the top 5 foods I've ever had in my life. It's a banana leaf, and inside the banana leaf they put a chapati. Paratha. And then they put the
roast chicken or beef, whatever.
Chicken with a thick gravy. Then they wrap it up, steam it.
Yes.
Then they give it back to you. Open it up and you see the most beautiful thing in the world. It was second was the Kerala Mendi. You know, here when we have Mendi, we make it with the tomato chutney.
Shatta.
The tomato shatta, chutney, and the yogurt.
Yogurt.
In Kerala, you guys have done something different. What you've done is you've said, let's put the chutney aside and the yogurt aside, and let's put a new sauce. And this sauce is mayonnaise. And when they brought me the mayonnaise at Yad's restaurant, I was like, I'm an Arab guy. I was like, how dare they? Mayonnaise?
Insulting?
In Mendi?
Insulting?
Well, to be honest, at the beginning, I was insulted.
I know.
Then I tried it. Wow. It was amazing. This garlicky, light mayonnaise sauce you'd put on the Mendi, it was...
But you had a recent trip to Calicut.
Yeah, Kozhikode.
Yeah, Kozhikode.
Yeah, Kozhikode.
Exactly, Kozhikode. So...
You don't know Kozhikode, bro. Come on. I have to teach you, bro.
Can you explain what you had that day?
No, I almost died. It's not as spicy as it looks. It was very spicy. But I had the rice. I had... what do you call it?
It's a tawa fish.
Yeah, tawa fish. Do you call it like papada?
Papadam.
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 Not papada.
Papadam.
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 Papadam. Yeah, we had the fish and they had like the chutneys, the rice.
Yeah.
It was a big grain rice.
Yeah, we call it matta rice.
Matta rice.
Yeah.
Man, that stuff. Man, guys, let's go to Kozhikode. I mean, seriously, it was some of the best.
Rest of the episode later, we'll go Kozhikode and come back first.
And then, we should do like a Sora Para in Kozhikode.
Yeah, why not?
And we went to the beach.
Oh, Kozhikode beach.
I love Kozhikode sign.
I love Kozhikode. Yeah. So an Instagram memory callback. I'll show you the pic. So you already know it.
What's an Instagram callback? Oh, I was Trishur Puram. That was an incredible experience. You know, we didn't know that we were going to be able to get
there
in front of the elephants.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't know that we were going to get there. And it was just, to see that much happening, it was crazy, man.
The pig talks. What do you have to talk about that specific picture, that image?
This is why we tell our stories, bro. Like, you know how hard it was to get that video done.
I know.
We had to go through tons of crowds, under things, over things. Look at the sweat.
Yeah.
And it was one of my favorite days, man. It was such a great time. And to be able to do that with you was incredible, yeah.
A memorable
Oh, yeah.
day indeed.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
One of the best, man. For sure.
So, we have collaborated with very huge influencers, Jordan Indian, That Mallu Chick, Irfan's View, all
Short
these people.
Break.
Yes, Short Break from Bombay. So,
Call me Shaz.
Call me Shaz. So, your experience with all these creators, what stands out?
I think ambitions. I think because they're all creating themselves, they're very ambitious. They all want to build something for themselves that entertains people around the world.
We have seen a lot of content creators getting into the depression mode, like you said, burned out.
Yeah.
How do you handle all these things in your life?
I think Salah. For me, it's Salah. Connecting with Allah 5 times a day. It grounds you, and it reminds you that Allah's blessed you with this opportunity. So work hard.
You know, the title sponsor of this show is Zaytun.
In Chennai,
Exactly.
the one we went to after the award.
Exactly. Do you remember something that you had enjoyed from Zaytun? Remember the food?
It was all really good. They had like a mushroom thing.
Yeah.
Mushroom meat, mushroom steak, mushroom
yeah,
chicken.
yeah,
or something.
yeah.
It was one of those restaurants where every dish was good. This episode is brought to you by Zaytun Restaurant. An incredible chain of restaurants out there, opening in Kozhikode by next month, inshallah, and coming to a city near you. Please go visit, try their food, and thank me later. Zaytun, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. Please send the check to Zubin.
These years, it has been a long and incredible journey, like a roller coaster ride. And what are the few memories that always keeps you do these videos and contents?
When my dad, first called me and said, "Hey, my colleagues are sending me your videos. Do you make videos?" Oh, yeah, Dad, I told you. He's like, wow, okay, good job. I think the second thing is when we get comments from our audience is when they say, I was having a bad day until I saw your video.
At any point, you thought of quitting it?
Quitting what? Content creation?
Content creation.
Never. There's 2 types of stresses in this world. The stress of doing work that you hate is 100 times worse than the stress of doing work you love that's making you tired.
I agree to it. I second that.
1,000,000%.
So you recently met Mamuka in your interview.
Yeah.
How was your experience with it?
First of all, you felt his presence before he walked in the room. I mean, he was, I saw him walking and he's just so much charisma and so much wisdom. Like, oh my God. Like, I could sit and listen to that man for like days. Like, I'll never forget that scene, that question I asked him. When I asked him, how do you want the world to remember Mamuka? And this is Mamuka we're talking about,
Yeah.
right? I mean, superstar Mamuka.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a legend. Legends never die. The ideology of the legend never dies. And he answered, who's gonna remember me? And to hear that from him was one of the most eye-opening things to hear from someone of his stature, mashallah.
You work a lot on your fitness. We are always watching on your stories, your videos. So on your recent visit to Kerala, you faced the challenge with Padma Shri Meenakshi Amma. You remember that?
Kalarik Paitu.
Yeah. How was that experience? It was...
Wow, like first of all, she is strong.
Yeah.
Like, she's doing an incredible job at keeping that aspect of your culture alive. I don't know how many people around the world hear of the martial arts in Kerala. So for me to be able to showcase it, a lot of people are like, wow, like it's fascinating. And from the way I trained with them for the day, I learned how they do like physiotherapy and massage and all that stuff to heal. So for me, it was just, I love going that deep into someone's culture to even a lot of people don't really know that it exists.
Yeah. Thank you, Khalid. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
So let's get on to the next round. Sweep or sweep, it's called. Favorite Marathi dish?
Machpoos.
Morning person or night owl?
Ooh, morning.
Favorite Malayalam actor?
Fahad Faisal, right now.
Favorite Kerala dish?
Key parota.
A book that changed your life?
2 books, The Alchemist and Ikigai.
Dream travel destination?
I'd love to visit South Africa.
Favorite Kerala memory?
Talasiri.
Talasiri.
Yeah.
Wow!
Visiting your family in Talasiri.
Favorite country you have visited?
Ooh, India.
best piece of advice you have received?
There's two pieces of advices that really changed my life. One professor at Stanford told me failure in your life is waking up every morning doing something you don't want to do. And the second thing is, if it won't matter 10 years from now, don't worry about it today.
Most embarrassing moment on camera?
It was probably when we're on the fishing boat.
I know it.
Yeah, it was just like there, you know, in a lungi, all wet, and I was just like, "What am I doing here?" So yeah, that was an interesting one for me.
Your favorite Indian song?
I mean, I really enjoy like a lot of the work A.R. Rahman does and stuff like that. I really enjoy his work.
One thing you can't live without?
Probably coffee.
What makes you happiest?
Seeing the people I love happy.
What's next on your bucket list?
Feature film.
Last but not the least, what does success mean to you?
Success is being at peace. True success means being at peace in your life.
Oh, yes.
Peace with...
Even I believe in that.
Yeah. Peace with what you're doing. Peace with who you love. Peace with who loves you. Peace with everything around you. Not being bothered by what's going on and, you know, what someone else has that you don't have, what someone else is doing that you're not doing. Just being at peace that you are where you're supposed to be and that Allah has blessed you to be where you're supposed to be. You know, there's a famous saying, love conquers all. I think it really does. I think it really does. I think when you love someone, you know, if you can put love between people, it erases the differences in skin color, culture, religion. Oh, it doesn't have to be a romantic love. It can be any kind
Whom do you resemble the most? What do you think? Oh.
I think I have values from both.
Okay.
I think for me, like my mom took big risks in her life, you know, being her age, coming over here.
Yeah.
I think for me, I take big risks like my mom. I'm not afraid. My father worked for every single dirham he had. And, you know, my father comes from a very, you know, humble background. And very difficult for him growing up. He taught me that no matter what, you put in the work, something will happen. It might not be what you want, but something good will happen from that work. And it will take you from where you are to somewhere where you want to be.
So let's wind up. So few words before the hug about Sora Para.
Oh, everyone watch Sora Para. I love Zubin reaching out into this. He's been doing food content for a very long time, and now he's going into interviewing people. And the reason it's good for someone like him is because he is one of the kindest people that I know. So I wish Sora Para all the success. Thank you, Flowers TV, and inshallah, hoping to see this channel grow, this show grow to many, many heights. Just remember us when you're there, huh?
Thank you. Always.
Baby, man.
Always.
Take care, brother. God bless you, man.
God all the best.
Sana.
ഫ്ലവേഴ്സ് ടിവിയുടെ സ്മാർട്ട് ഷോയിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കാൻ നിങ്ങളെ ക്ഷണിക്കുന്നു. ഉടൻ തന്നെ ഈ നമ്പറിലേക്ക് വിളിക്കുക
7593829838. ഫ്ലവേഴ്സ് സ്മാർട്ട് ഷോ ഉടൻ വരുന്നു ഫ്ലവേഴ്സ്.